Want to create AI images like all of these here? Well, let me show you how. Now, the model we're talking about today is Qwen image, which I believe is a very underrated model. There's an update coming soon as well, so I think this is a perfect time to talk about it. Look, maybe you're just doing it as a hobby and you want to create some images, some worlds, some characters, or maybe you want to edit some images. Maybe you do product photography and you want to go from this bright image to a dark image. This model can do all of that for you. The model is Qwen Image and Qwen Edit 2509. Of course, I have a workflow down below for you guys to download. Just check out the links in the description. I was able to get this to run on only 4 gigabytes of VRAM on this laptop, to be exact. This is all you're gonna need to run it. With the right quantization, you might even be able to run it on even less. And if it comes down to it, you can always choose to run this on your CPU and just wait a little longer. What I really like about this model is that it comes with an edit model. Now, for some of you with more experience, you might have done some in-painting, some out-painting, using ControlNet to set different postures. But the edit model tries to do all of that by just using prompting. So you can tell it to make a certain position, to change the light a certain way, or to change objects in the image. And what I really like to do is just create AI images and then use the edit function to change the image into something more. So let's take a closer look at the workflow in ComfyUI and how we're going to run it. If you are a beginner and you've never used ComfyUI, this isn't where you should start. There's great tutorials for the first time you're using ComfyUI, and those is where you should start. So let's take a look at ComfyUI. Just want to say real quick, if you're struggling with the installation, I have quite a good little page here on Civet AI where I go through everything, what you should choose, where you should put it, the custom notes that are in this workflow. So if you're struggling, please do check that out. And if you write me a question, I'll try to answer it. Now we're in ComfyUI. So at first, you will see that all of these kind of in step 2 are bypassed. The reason for that is the setup right now is to create images from scratch. So it to create images from scratch. Now, I already have a prompt loaded into here. I'm going to be honest, I use ChatGPT to create my prompts. It's really easy to refine and to like make them more. And use AI to do AI. It's great. Okay, so here we have something very important about the steps. Now, I use the Lightning LoRa, which I would recommend anyone to use, but I use 8 steps with a CFG of 2. This just means that it's going to be a little more imagination than if you use the 4-step Lightning LoRa. Like the AI model has a little more imagination than with the 4-step LoRa. And I really like it. The original workflow that this is based on is actually in ComfyUI. You can find it. The only things I changed were the nodes to be specific for my workflow and using the version 2 of the Lightning LoRa's because they came out and are actually a big improvement. Okay, so I am just going to run this now and we'll see what comes out. The prompt is a full body photograph of a beautiful female cyborg suspended in a worn out science lab. It's something I've made before. You can check it out on my profile on Civet AI. It's a nice little prompt and we're gonna let it run. All right, I'm back. Now let's take a look at this. I think it looks good. There's some mistakes, but in general, it looks like a nice image. I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And now here we come to the second part of this workflow that's so important. Let's say you wanted to change something. So now we're gonna go into the edit part. So we have to just unbypass, like we're gonna activate these nodes as you see here. You can use the edit model to edit several images. For example, you can take the head out of one image and put it into another image, face swapping, that sort of stuff. That's why you have 3 images you can upload. Because you can take 3 images and take parts out of each one, right? So now, very importantly, we're going to select the actual image edit model, which I have here, 2509. 2509 is the newer model. I really suggest you use that. Now, we're going to upload the image that I just made. And now we can edit it. Now, what do we want to edit about this image? So let's take a look. I think the biggest thing for me in this image is the cassette up there. I don't understand why it's there. It shouldn't be there. It looks weird. I don't know if this is going to work as simple as this, but we're going to try it anyway. Remove the cassette at the top of the image and replace it with more wires holding the, I'm gonna say, woman. All right, let's run it again. I'm very excited about this one because I want to see if it got it right. You see, it understood it perfectly. Now this is why I like this model so much. I didn't have to do in painting, out painting, create, you know, the bones of the character to put her in that position or anything. It's very powerful and very simple. And I think more people should use it because this is really what you want to have locally. You don't need to pay ChatGPT to create these images. You don't need to pay Google Pro Banana to create simple AI images. You can already do that right here, right on your laptop. So, all right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I just wanted to show you a model that I think is extremely underrated nowadays. I see a lot of people starting to use Z-image and those kind of things, but I still really think this is underrated and I can't wait for the update. I'll try to make a video by then. Bye-bye.